We're in Lancashire today, a place called Hurst Green, and we're going to walk forward and walk part of the Ribble Valley up to Lower Hodder Bridge, Stonyhurst College and back to Hurst Green. It's around 6 mile. So we head forward and we're going to take the gated footpath at the back of the Shire Arms car park. Just behind us we've got toilets. We've parked at the side of the road and we're just going to have a quick look round before we set off. We're just in the centre of the village and we can see there's a pub at far side called the Eagle and Child. And there in front of us we've got the Shireburn Arms. And we're going to go down the left hand side to pick up the path. So we've walked down the side of the car park, through the gate, going straight downhill with the hedge on our right hand side. We're going to meet up with the river Ribble. I think we're in for a good day today. We'll just give you a quick look at the countryside. This is a new walk for us. We're just heading forward downhill now, through the sheep and the cattle. Head downhill. You'll see the yellow arrow pointing forward. We cross over the little stream but follow the arrow straight downhill. But we're taking it steady because as you can see there's baby calves and lambs in the field. Whenever you can, get your camera out. This is fantastic, is this? You're walking with a taxi driver today. And we've got a couple of little lambs here having the breakfast, look. She's just checking to see if they're hers. We're slowly heading down towards the river. We got told about this walk in the pub last night in Clitheroe. So they says you won't be disappointed, so here we are. Let's check it out. And we're crossing over a little stream now. Couple of stiles, there's some decking and then steps at the other side. Just before the river, you'll come down into a bit of a glade with bluebells. You'll see a little sign heading left, yellow arrow, Ribble Way. As we get near the river, we cross over a tiny bridge, and as you can see in front of us, we've got bluebells. We cross over the little bridge, we notice there's a lot of garlic on the left hand side, and we get our first look at the river here. And as you can see, we've got some flying geese there, look. And then we turn round and face upriver and we can see the arches of the bridge that carries the aqueduct. Before we walk any further, let's just show you the countryside. That stile on the left is where we've just come over. So we walk straight forward down to the river for the couple of shots. And look at this, isn't this fantastic? And we're just heading straight forward now. The aqueduct will be on our right hand side. We take one quick look at the river again. And what do we see there? We've got sand martins' nests. There we are, they're going in on the left hand side. As we head forward, we pass the aqueduct there, look. To our left hand side, we're walking through a field that looks as if they're making silage. But let's just show you the view in the background. You can see the hills at the back, look. And we're just following the river on our right hand side. Just past the aqueduct we can see there's a little stream coming in from the right. And this just gives us an excuse to, you know, show you this dramatic scenery. It's fantastic. The people in the pub look as if they've done us proud. We haven't been walking 25 minutes, look. Can you see that tree that's fallen in the river? There's a heron there. Let's zoom forward, see if we can get him. There he is, he's spotted us, so we're just keeping very quiet. We've seen a fair bit of wildlife flying up and down, but it's the herons and kingfishers and dippers and cormorants and goosanders that, you know, we're after. There he is. We'll see if we can get a bit closer. There's the setting, just to let you see that these are real life shots we're getting. We don't fill it in afterwards. As we made our way forward towards a sunken tree, he flew off, but if you look there, there's some great kingfisher perches there. We'll keep looking. Look at that there, goosander mother with 4 chicks. Here we are, she's still going. She's going through the trees, but we'll see if we can get a better look. They're very timid at goosanders, and you know, we're very lucky to get this sort of footage on them. She's only got 4. They can lay up to 13, and she's heading towards the far side of the tree, look. She's just coming under the bough there on your right hand side now. We'll just see if we can get a bit closer. Well, that was a stroke of luck with that, to be able to get a mother goosander with chicks. And this is live footage again. We don't add anything out in afterwards. We film what we can find and try and show you it, so all our films are live. You can see she's got like a brown head, and she's going back under cover of the tree now, so we'll leave them for now. See what else we can find. Just down below us, just past the goosander, we've got a mother here with 3 baby ducklings, about 30 feet away. As we walk along, we look to our left and we can see the tractor there going uphill, and it just gives an excuse to take a picture of this, you know, countryside here. And there we've got the tractor that's turning the hay. Well, we'll leave that for now. As we look to our left, you've got like an expanse of tiny bit of water that's lining the field where they're collecting the silage. And where the water is, we've got a tiny little peewit there, and I wouldn't be surprised if she's got a nest, because she's not moving. She's not moving a lot. We're keeping our distance, and I think normally she'd fly off because she can see us. With them 2 little humps out of the woods at the back, we've just seen a buzzard fly out of there, and the rooks are scaring it off because they're frightened of it going into the nests. So much wildlife here that we're, you know, nearly forgetting to show you what the countryside's like. And we're heading forward there. Look, we've got the River Ribble on our right hand side. Well, we've just thought we'd give you a quick view of this, and we've just spooked the heron, so he flew across. We'll find another. Well, we've just seen a couple of black-headed gulls, but by the time we've got the camera set up, they'd gone. Here we are, we've got the farmer going up the field, cutting the hay or silage. We just keep heading forward down the tarmac track, river on our right hand side. Just as we make our way onto the tarmac track, we get up on the bank and look back behind us. There's a tiny little bit of a weir there, so we think that's worth a shot. Just head forward down the track. After a couple 100 yards, you'll drop off to your right and you'll see like a bit of a bit that's cut through on the lawn. We walk by Jumble's barn on our left hand side, and then just opposite Jumble's barn we've got a bit of a, you know, quickening of the waters as it slopes away. Just to the back of there we've got a swan. You can see its reflection on the water. 75 degrees today, there's not a cloud in the sky. End of May. We just see a heron fly across. Let's have a look at this. There he is, look. And we've got the swan just above us. There's plenty of wildlife. We've only been walking an hour and we keep having to stop all the time because there's so much here. And we were told that last night. It's one of the best walks in Lancashire, is this. If you look to the left hand side of the picture, you've got the swan. If you look to the right hand side of the picture, you've got the heron. Well, we'll leave it at that. And then we're just going to set off again. And we've got our black-headed gull. Let's shoot in, see if we can get him. Yep, there he is. He's flying about, but yeah, there he is. Well, if you look at this, we've got the heron at the far side, the black-headed gull in front, and we've got the swan to our left. And what a fantastic location this is. We just keep heading forward. We're just walking along, following the little tarmac track, but, you know, when you look over to the river there, you just realise how nice this river is with the sun coming through the trees. We just keep heading forward, and then we look to our right again. And we've got a fisherman there on the river. Looks as if he's fishing for trout. You just head forward 300 or 400 yards until you come to a cattle grid. And then we just turn right there, and that'll take you down to the river. After about a minute or two, we're down at the river again, and we'll just give you a quick look. The Ribble Valley is where the book's author, J.R.R. Tolkien, spent much of his time walking while visiting his son at the Jesuit seminary, now part of Stonyhurst College near Clitheroe. He wrote much of the drafts of his books here, perhaps drawing on the bucolic scenery as inspiration for his imaginary landscapes. And just in front of us we think we have Hacking Hall, identified as Brandy Hall, family home of Merry Brandybuck, one of Frodo's companions, on his quest to destroy the Ring of Power. Here the fleeing hobbits escape the pursuing Black Riders by jumping on the Buckleberry Ferry. The ancient Hacking Ferry was still working here when Tolkien visited in the 40s. Just after the hall, the river splits in two. And the right hand side is the River Calder that joins the river Ribble. We'll keep going. Just where the Calder joins the Ribble, you'll see like a big sandbank, and in there it looks as if we've got some sand martins, so we'll see if we can get, with some coming out there, look. We'll see if we can get one or two good shots, and going in, and out, and in again. Can just see the bird there on the edge. Yes, and another one's gone in. In fact, it looks like there's two there. I can hardly see because of the reflection. We think there's a young and unendured nest there, but from this distance it's a blur. I'm just at maximum zoom. We'll have to leave it for now. So we just keep heading forward, the left hand side of the river. We've got a couple of lapwings there, towards Winkley Hall. Far side of the river, that's Mitten Wood. Got a heron there, look at that. That's a heron in flight there. We've just put two up and there's one of them. He's gone. That's a tree that he flew over there. We know there's one on the water. He went down but we can't see him. We're going to keep heading forward, see if we can find him. And we're just following the track on the left hand side of the river. But that's a great view through there. But where I said it was a great view, we've got the heron, look. Just below that white tree. We're just going a bit closer and there he is. On our right hand side, on a stone, we've got a black-headed gull. Just to the right hand, heron's off. He's off, there he goes, there he goes. He's gone. We're walking in the Ribble Valley in Lancashire. We've just stopped for a cup of tea and at far side of the river we can see three herons. There's one at left hand side of that lamb, and if you look you can see two more. I've been watching these for about half an hour. Down to the river, back up, down to the river, back up. We'll take the zoom off, just to let you look at the location we're looking at. And they're just to the right hand side of that tree, that hawthorn bush. That second set of stones, the furthest one up, is where the herons have been fishing. They haven't managed to catch nothing. It's been great to watch, and as they've been flying about, we've been keeping our eye on them. And we'll just give you a tiny view. Look, we've got lambs there, look, we've got ducks in water. We've got swallows in swifts flying around. We've got oyster catchers, and this is just where we're sat. It's a very, very peaceful river, is the River Ribble. We've just come back up onto the little track next to the river, and we might be able to get a better shot here, so let's see what we can make of this. There we are, we've got our three herons. Walk along 3 or 4 more 100 yards and then you'll see the river splits again. Look, there's a seat on your left hand side. And we've got a couple of fishermen there fishing. We just carry on along the track, passing a farm on our left hand side. It's a nice easy walk after doing Pendle Hill yesterday. When you get down to the farm, you turn left in front of it. You can see the footpath sign on your right hand side. Just follow the tarmac track through the farm, and it, as you can see, it veers off to your right hand side, uphill slightly. It's certainly a warm day today, and the bit of shade from the trees is very welcome. We're just past the tree now with a tractor cutting grass in the field to our left hand side, but as you can see there's garlic and bluebells everywhere. Just head forward past Winksley Hall on your left, just past the gate on your right hand side you'll see a little tiny gate. You go through there, you've got stone buildings on your left hand side. As we walk through the field we've got our grass cutter and we've got a good view behind, so here we are, we'll take a picture of him. Well, that's what you call live. Head straight forward, you'll see the gate in front. We think that's Stonyhurst College in front of us, so we just keep heading forward. So we're heading down towards the road where you can see these cars or vans in front of us, and we're heading towards the Hurst Bridge just for a look. And as you can see, the stile's just at the side of the pond and the road's about 100 yards in front. As soon as we get to the road, we're going to turn right downhill. We're heading towards Clitheroe now, but only for a few hundred yards. We're now down at the Hurst Bridge over the River Hodder. It's actually named Cromwell's Bridge, as the general is said to have crossed this with his army before the Battle of Preston in 1648. This may also be Tolkien's Brandywine Bridge. Well, here we are, we're on top of where Cromwell's army crossed in 1648. And the view is absolutely fantastic, look at that. And as we look behind at the road bridge, it certainly looks very nice in the evening sunshine. And then we stand on the road bridge to get a much better view. Certainly a lovely place, but the trouble is we're only about 2 feet from the cars just behind us, so we're having to be very careful here. Cars all over. Well, I best make this do. Make your way back uphill, you'll see like a little water trough. Just in front of there, you turn right. It's the second footpath sign. Straight forward through the gate. As soon as you go through the gate, head forward uphill, keep to the left-hand side of the house, through the big trees. You'll see the footpath sign. And then turn right onto the road. As you cross over the stile, it's worth turning around and looking back because there's a lovely view there and you can see the hills in the background. Walk forward up the road a few hundred yards. Just before the post box you'll see Hall Barn Farm. We turn left there. We're heading towards Hurst Green now. Just keep walking straight forward to the right of the barns. You've got the college playgrounds on your right hand side. Head straight forward to the end of the buildings. In front of you you'll see a sign saying private ground. We turn right there. Head forward, you'll see the domed observatory. Just past there, we're looking for a left-hand turn. 10 feet past the observatory, you'll see the end of Stonyhurst College. But we're turning left through the gate. We just keep heading forwards. We've got a pond on our right-hand side. Keep walking forward till you see this building on your left-hand side. Down below you, you'll see a stream. We cross over the stream and walk up the right-hand side near to the hedge, uphill. At the top of the slope, you'll go through an iron gate. Head forward after the gate, 3 fields, and they'll take you back to Hurst Green. Well, we're more or less back now, and we're pleased to know that this was the fantastic countryside that inspired Tolkien to write Lord of the Rings. We hope you've enjoyed our walk in Lancashire. I think today we could say we've been walking with Tolkien, and we hope this is a tribute to him. The taxi driver.